Uber athletic high-flying point guards usually hold a special place in us basketball fanatics' hearts, and for Ja Morant, he is doing just that. Standing at just 6'3", Morant plays much bigger than his size would suggest by simply using his elite athleticism to his advantage. Ja has a knack to just carve out lanes to the basket, simply treating defenders like they are cones and making ththings look easy for himself on the court. From seeing changes of pace to then switching hands in mid-air to punch it on defenders, or pushing the pace on fast breaks, breaking defenders off with the handle and then scratching his back before slamming it home. Ja has many tricks up his sleeve to go score at the rim, and you better not be sleeping. On 5 fast break opportunities a game, Ja is converting at a 63% rate on 3 attempts at the rim, and his remarkable speed on the break is what makes it so hard for defenders to keep up with him. And once you let him hit the paint, it's pretty much a done deal. Getting out on the break versus Utah, Morant stays controlled after the bump from Sexton, and once Conley slides over to cut him off with the double, Ja uses the pound dribble into a high carryover to split the D, and then avoids marking his contest by extending out wide with the left to finish the tough lay. Whether it's off a rebound, made basket, or a steal, Ja is ready to push the pace, putting the defense on their heels in the matter of seconds. We get to see the godlike IQ and court awareness here as Morant predicts exactly when and where the ball is going off the inbound to spin around off the jump to steal it, immediately burns past Larry Nance with the behind the back, and then just glides through the paint to lay it home. Of course, steals of that nature won't be something we see a lot, but for Morant, getting out on the break is going to offer easy layups, and then since he has absurd amount of athleticism, he's going to be able to be a lob option on the fast break, and this time he soars through the air, catches it with the left hand, and slams it home. The fast break might be the least of your worries with Morant, as when he gets in the half-court offense, he's a slashing menace who won't allow the defense to stop him from going where he wants to go. On 22 drops to the basket a game, Morant converts 47% of his 12 field goal attempts, which is second in the league right behind Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, so it's pretty safe to say you don't want Morant coming at you with a head of steam. The handle is like the engine to Morant's game, and it gets everything else flowing. Ja is poised and keeps the ball alive, whether it's through tight spaces or after being cut off, and this helps him navigate through the defensive schemes to go attack the rim aggressively. Perfect example, as Morant is looking for an opening to drive against the Spurs, Ja is cut off as the big man steps up, retreat dribbles out to the perimeter, and then crosses over away from the screen, losing Langford to go throw it down for this thunderous slam. Those sharp moves make defenders go flying simply because Morant sells his moves perfectly by getting low on the crossovers and attacking one way aggressively to then change directions in the blink of an eye. Ja attacks Dennis Smith hard going left downhill, and right as Bucknight slides over to help, Morant goes behind the back to go right, which shifts Dennis Smith out the way and opens up this gimme at the rim. Then turning the corner tight off this screen, Morant keeps the defender on his back, and as he pushes into the middle of the floor, once Porzingis fully commits in the attack going right, Ja quickly euros back going left and then sinks the bucket. Being ambidextrous not only helps with Ja's ball handling skills, which deceives the defense, but it also makes him a great finisher at the basket. The sheer speed plus the handle is like instant transmission for Ja against the defense, and if they get lazy for even a second, then well, you might as well chalk it up as 2 points on the board. The hang time Morant has lets him outjump most defenders, but then when you add in he can maneuver his body in mid-air and use either hand, it almost makes him unstoppable once he's in the air. Here's a 1-2 cross on Williams directly into a spin move, and then Morant crunches his body in mid-air going up and under, using the reverse to finish. And this time, Ja uses that patented misdirection crossover on Cat to then draw the foul on the drive, switch hands on the gather, and bank this off the glass for the and one. Being able to control his body and momentum like this makes Ja an elite penetrator, as he can play through all sorts of contact and be super elusive when coming downhill. At 6'3" in a lankier frame, Ja isn't the most physical imposing guard by any means, so it's very helpful and a key skill that Ja is able to use his freak athleticism to his advantage to be a fierce slasher. It's not every day we see a guard who can get in the paint seamlessly and then power up to body up with bigs, switch hands mid-flight, and still convert the bucket. It might seem easy to stop or contain Morant, but once Ja splits your defense, it opens up opportunities like this for Ja to set up teammates for easy looks. Early into his career, Ja wasn't the greatest at hitting the open man off defensive collapses, but since he has reeled in his skills and finesse even more, these finds have been a focal point in his game. Here's Morant tries to shake off Anderson, all of Minnesota's defenders' eyes are locked in on Ja, and this allows Clark to sneak backdoor, and Morant slices it through the middle of the floor for the Clark reverse at the rim. Then there's other times where Morant gets all the way into the paint, and here we see 4 Celtics defenders collapse, allowing Ja to make this skip out to the corner for an easy Tyus Jones pull-up. The gravity Morant has on offense is pretty incredible. Although it's no Steph Curry gravitational pullout to the 3-point line, Ja's striking ability to serve buckets in the paint makes the defense shifts towards him and grants all types of openings for teammates to cut or rotate around the perimeter for an open look. Same thing as his finishing goes, Morant can DoorDash passes with either his right or left, so whether it's a bounce pass, skip across the court, or an eye-catching lob, Morant can make the delivery on time. Dishing out 12 potential assists per game, this gives you a glimpse of how well Ja is putting his teammates in position to get a bucket, and should they knock it down, it'll only up Morant's assist averages greatly. The playmaking from Ja is on another level, and with Morant starting off this season hot from beyond the arc, knocking down 40% of his 5 3-point attempts per game, it's just going to allow more space on the floor to operate within the offense. It's pretty early, so I can't say whether or not Morant will continue to rein it in from deep at this level, but if he does, then it'll make the defense's job 10 times harder. Looking mighty comfortable and confident from the outside, Morant has stated himself that this was an area of his game he wanted to improve in, and as we can see, Ja has definitely made the leap in his outside shooting. And for a fun fact, Ja Morant is shooting 50% in the mid-range, making 10 out of his 20 shot attempts. So hopefully this is an area we can see Ja excel in as well. The argument that Ja Morant doesn't make his teammates better is definitely flawed in my eyes, as he can generate tons of defensive attention, allowing his teammates to score the ball with more ease. It's not only the physical attributes that help Ja wield this Grizzly team to success, but it's also his mentality. Skiing up the court with different types of swag night in and night out gives this Memphis Grizzlies team a boost, and you can tell this whole team is oozing with confidence because of it. Playing at an elite level already this season has put plenty of eyes on Ja Morant, and as a young 23-year-old in this league, Morant has all the skills to become the MVP. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe before you head over to watch the Jason Tatum analysis, and I thank you all for your support. I'll see you in the next video.